Okay, this video is for 2 Orange. You said you're playing right back at part of a 3-5 formation, that you're not too tall, you're not too strong. You're asking what things can you improve on that are going to help you develop, right, your technical skills and abilities. I played with this kid. He was no taller than a bicycle, and he was offered a full ride from St. Joe's when we were growing up. Played with him my whole life, and he's short, not that strong, and he was one of the best players I ever played with. So what's the point? The point is that if you work on the fundamentals, it doesn't matter what position. It doesn't matter what position that you're gonna play. Technical skills are what you want to improve on every day, and there's some things that we can do to improve your athleticism and make you maybe more confident in your strength and your aggressiveness. The 3 things that every soccer player needs to improve are juggling, dribbling, passing, and shooting. The effortless ways to train ball striking and passing and shooting are using a kick trainer. Kick trainers are used by AC Milan, Ajax, right? Some of the best clubs around the world use kick trainers. So for $24, you get a SKLZ solo kick trainer on Amazon, or if you want to spend a little bit more money, I don't think they're that much better, but you could, if you justify the cost to yourself, $44 for a sense ball, also on Amazon. The next thing you want to do is spend more time juggling, right? Not all the best jugglers are the best players, but all the best players are the best jugglers. So even 2 minutes a day, build the consistent habit. Then you could increase the intensity and volume. But build the habit, 2 minutes a day, right? You could play this fun game called the barrel game, where you just juggle into a basket or a barrel or a garbage can, right? With your right foot, then with your left foot, alternating feet, then right thigh, then left thigh, then alternating thighs. Then you finish on any body part you want. And you could start relatively close if you're not a strong juggler. And then this is a fun game that's just going to allow you to take the ball out of the air, and at your will, you're just going to decide. It's going to help your aerial juggling abilities, but with purpose. It's not just juggling, it's juggling with a purpose. It's directional juggling, and usually you're going forward while you're juggling. So this is super helpful, right? I learned this game growing up and from a skills trainer. Super helpful if you play this game. A few minutes a day, right? Even with a bounce, right foot bounce, right foot bounce, right foot into the basket, right? Practice that every day. Practice that. That's going to really help your juggling and ball striking, which is going to help passing and shooting, right? So they overlap with that kick trainer too. The last thing is dribbling, right? As you dribble more, if you can be an effective dribbler, what that does is allow you to get your head up. It allows you to, you could start to be an effective attacker as a defender, and you could spring up the field if there's good opportunities. It just allows you to, if you're a good dribbler, you can get your head up and make better decisions, since your awareness will come up as you become more of an effective dribbler. So the ways to improve dribbling are ball skills mastery, right? You want to check out on Instagram. If you got an Instagram, there's this kid, Fanta Sista Mickey, FANTA SISSTA, or FISTA Mickey, MICKEY. And this kid, he's like, he's younger than 10 years old, and his dribbling patterns, you could start to see the complexity of his patterns, but they're so simple, right? But if you start to mimic some of the things he's doing, and I love it because it's not like you're emulating a high-level pro. It's like this young kid who's got these complex patterns. So, you say, well, if this kid can do it, so can I. So start just replicating his dribbling patterns, and it's going to make you a more effective player. It's going to make you make better decisions. And what you want to do is you want to spend, even for a few minutes, right? You want to spend 2 minutes ball striking, using that kick trainer, 2 minutes juggling, and then 2 minutes dribbling. Get into the habit of 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, because they say in the brain, neurons that fire together wire together, right? So I'd argue that instead of just spending 15 minutes straight juggling, if you work a little bit of the most important fundamentals, they're kind of all interconnected. So you want to practice them all at the same time, because when you're on the soccer field, you're not just juggling, or you're not just dribbling. It's like, you take the ball out of the air, and then, you start to drive to the goal, then you pass it, or you shoot on goal. So there's skills that are interrelated that you want to start practicing all at the same time, right? You go from kick trainer to juggling to dribbling to kick trainer to juggling, dribbling. So you could start to see rotations of these fundamental skills that you can get into very relaxed mindset, and then you're going to bring that relaxed mindset on the field. And as you start to increase the volume of your touches, your confidence builds and your awareness builds and your decisions improve. So you could start to see how you're going to improve your technical training, which is going to give you more confidence and awareness on the field. Second thing is, don't give, if you're playing defense, don't give attackers the opportunity, right? I want you to start rapidly closing space, right? Rapidly closing space, but allow you, to have quick feet. So, I had a buddy, he told me about a story, how he was in the ACI. ACI is like prison. And he said that he was the only white boy playing ball in prison, and he would put his head, right? He'd be playing against these kids who thought they were real good at basketball. And as a defender, he had this, he explained to me this, that Mamba mentality, the Kobe Bryant mentality. And he said he would put his forehead in their freaking chest, so that when they would try to dribble him, he was everywhere. You couldn't get by him. So don't give them the opportunity to, get a head start, touch on you. Once they have the ball, you got to be on them like white on rice, right? You got to be on them so fast that they can't even orient themselves to start to get their head up. It's like the second they start to come to receive the ball, you're on them. You're either snatching the ball up from them, or you're gonna hit them so hard that they're just out of the game. It's like you got to connect with them in the ball so as to avoid the foul. But you want to, the best defenders are usually the most aggressive. They're thoughtful, but they're aggressive. So don't give everyone opportunity. The whole, by the end of the game, they should be avoiding your side completely and trying to attack the other side, because they don't want to go against you because you're crazy, right? That's how they should feel. They're like, I don't want anything to do with this kid. So those are just some ideas that I think you could practice every day, and that are going to improve your game. Another thing to keep in mind is there's maybe 3 different formations you want to keep in mind. The first is what your formation looks like just when you're starting the game, but then it changes into 2 different directions. It's what is my shape when we're attacking, and what's my shape when we're defending. And if the coach can't articulate that, then that's a different story. But that's a good question. Say, hey coach, can you do me a favor with cones? Can you just show me where we should be when we're attacking, or can you just show me where we should be when we're defending? And if he can't say that, then well, that's a different problem, but that's a good place to start. So reach out with any questions, and thanks for your time. All right.